you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Faith St. Juliet and I'm so happy that you joined me. All right, you guys, so today I am taking you on a tour of my sewing space. Want to see what's inside? Let's go. So let's start with this corner of my sewing room. So I have these three sewing tables that I purchased on Amazon, shaped in the shape of an L, because I like to be able to move from one sewing machine to the next, especially because there are times where I'm using one pattern to create maybe two or three looks, and I want to be able to sew them simultaneously on each machine so I can finish at a quicker rate. So what I did was I created this L shape so I can move from one sewing machine to the next with my chair without having to get up and move from place to place. So this allows me movability and easy access to each sewing machines as I'm completing my projects. Over here, you will see that I have my cutting tools hanging. I love this because it allows me to have my cutting tools right there where I need it visible. I just grab it, and when I'm done, I put it right back. And this also keeps my sewing room neat and clean and keep everything visible and easy to grab as I'm sewing or as I'm cutting my pattern and fabric out. Up here, I have my shelving area. I like to call this my inspiration zone. So if you guys know me, you know how much I love Black Panther. And I mean, many people love Black Panther. So I have two action figures. This is Shuri, and then we have Okoye. Look, if you know Okoye, you know Okoye, she is bad, y'all. Like, Okoye will take you down, all right? She is one of the Abalagio women warriors in Wakanda. She's the commander, actually. So, like, I love these two action figures because they're empowering women. They're strong and they are just they're bad. They're bad. That's it, right? And I like them up there because they just remind me of the strength of a woman. So those are my two favorite action figures that I have up there. Then, of course, I have a family photo from when we went on our cruise back in 2018. I have that up there because, I just love having photos of my family in my space. And this right here is a simplicity poster that was given to me by my bestie. She was like, "Hey, you like this?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I like it." And she goes, "You can have it." And I was like, "Thank you, bestie." Well, thank you, bestie, because I love it. I love looking back at these vintage styles that Simplicity has created over the years. Over here, I have a few of my books and my magazines. So the Vogue magazines you see, these are my favorite issues. They have some really great inspirational designs in them. So I keep them handy kind of to look back in for inspiration. And then I have my Breaking the Pattern book, which I love. It is a fantastic book with great sewing tips. And it actually has patterns in it as well. And just the description and the photos and everything makes it easy to sort the patterns. I love that book. Then I also have my How to Sew book. It's a great beginner book for anyone that's just starting out with sewing. And here's the complete serger handbook. Y'all know I love using my serger. So, of course, I need a book to kind of give me the ins and out of the serger and different techniques and stuff. So, I like to keep books in my arsenal that will continue the educational portion of my sewing so I continue to build my sewing skills. All right, as we go over here, you see one of my favorite quotes up here. I found this at Hobby Lobby. It says, "Create the things you wish existed." I mean, that's it. It says what it says and it means what it says, right? Then over here, you have one of my favorite scriptures that I have up. This I found at Hobby Lobby as well. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. I love that scripture. It's just a great reminder that God created everything in its time. So we are here in the time we're supposed to be here to make the impact we're supposed to make. And we're created beautifully just the way we are. So I just love that scripture. So just a great reminder of the beauty of being who God created us to be. Over here, I have some jars I got from the dollar section at Target. I think it was Target. Yes, Target. I got these because I wanted to put some of my notions and my clips in there. So I have my fabric clips in here and some needles. And then right here, these are some sewing feet that I have that I need to actually put in my bag. I have a bag with compartments in it to place the sewing feet. So that's not going to stay there. I'm going to move that into the bag soon. And I'll show you that bag in another video. But over here are my definite go-to books, you guys. This is the sewing book. If you are sewing and you don't have this book, I don't know what's going on. You need this book. This book is big for a reason. It covers everything you ever need to know when it comes to sewing, from the fabric that you need to use, the different types of fabrics, different types of needles, different stitches, how to cut your pattern, how to create your pattern to fit you, pattern adjustments, all of that. This book has everything. So this is the go-to book, you guys. Up in the middle, you see my mood guide to fabric and fashion. I love that book. I bought it some years ago. It's a great historical book on the fabrics that we use and how it's used in the fashion industry. Then we got Mimi G's book right here, Make It Yours with Mimi G. Y'all, if you don't have this, go get it. This book is amazing. She breaks down how to use the patterns that are included in the book to build a whole wardrobe. And look, if you know me, I don't want to always have to cut up 15 different patterns. Sometimes it's great to use one pattern and create a whole wardrobe from. So if you don't have this book, go get it. If you have it, then you know what I'm talking about. Over here, we have my board. So this is where I put some of the lovely notes and things and some of my favorite cards from my husband and my kids on. It's just an inspirational board for me with good words and sweetness on there. And then I also have this picture over here of Tommy Ford from Martin. I met him when I was about 11. That photo means a lot to me because of the wisdom he had and the things that he spoke into me. He was just really a good guy. And so, rest in peace, Tommy. You are missed and you are loved. Oh, man. So over here, I also have my pattern instructions hanging on this board. I put it here because when I'm sewing and I'm facing it, I'm able to look at each step as I'm sewing the pattern without worrying about shuffling around the paper on my table, flipping it, moving it around so I can see the instructions as I'm sewing. This allows me to view the instructions as I'm sewing, so I just move to the next step by step by step. So it makes the sewing process a lot easier. Now let's go and look at the different sewing machines I have. So this is my first sewing machine. This is the Baby Lock Accord. It is a very beginner friendly sewing machine from Baby Lock. It is a sewing and embroidery machine actually. And if you've seen some of my things on my social media, you know that I love to embroider as well and add little embroidery techniques into my sewing. So this machine was a great beginner sewing machine for me. It has some great stitches that are included on Sew Machine, as well as the ability to upload stitches and import it into the Sew Machine so you can use it and design on your creation. So I love it. I love that it's beginner friendly, but if you're an expert, you can use it as well. So it's from beginner and up. It's a great sew machine to start your sewing journey, but also a great machine to keep around to continue your journey. Over here is my second Baby Lock machine. This is the Baby Lock Bloom. I'm sorry. I love this machine. So it's similar to the Baby Lock Accord, except it has more features. Has a larger embroidery library on it, a larger stitch library on it, and it just does a lot more than the Baby Lock Accord. But they're both great machines. But this is just an upgrade from that one. Let me put that here. All right, cover that back up. And then over here is my newest sewing machine. This is the Baby Lock Accomplish 2. So I did a video breaking down the features of this machine and what I love about this machine. I will have the link down in the comment section as well. So you can go down there, click the link so you can see the video that breaks this machine down for you and gives you a greater understanding and look at this sewing machine and how it works. But it's a great industrial light machine, but it doesn't take up as much space as an industrial machine. So that's why I love this machine. And then over here, we have my favorite serger. This is the Baby Lock Victory. I purchased this serger on vacation last year, and it has been one of my greatest purchases, you guys. It is an air threader, so it's easy to thread and it's easy to use. It's just simple. And I've yet to have any issues with machine. This machine I know will last for a very long time. So that's my only serger in here, the Baby Lock Victory. Let's move on over here to my dress form. So this is a dress form I've had for years. I think I had this since 2017 or 18, back when I was a size 10, because your girl's not size 10 anymore. But it's still very useful. When I'm trying to finish, when I finish my project, I usually put it over on this dress form here. And because I'm a little bit bigger, I tend to pin it in the back to just make sure I get the fit that I'm looking for on the dress form. So this is going to stick with me because it's still very useful, even though I'm not the same size anymore. And then over here is this beautiful Faith St. Jules sign that was made and designed for me by my best friend of over 20 years, Anuska. She designs woodwork signs. This is made out of wood and she painted it for me. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm so grateful for this gift. But yeah, she is very talented, you guys. So over here is another set of family photos. Look, my people's gonna be on the wall, okay? They're my why, they're my purpose, they're my reason. So these are some photos we took a few years back when we went to a wedding in New York, and I love them so much that I decided to just put them on my wall. And then over here, you guys, this is my office area. This is where I come in the morning to read my Bible, write my soap, and just have some time with the Lord to just start my day on the good foot. And this is also where I come to edit my videos, write my blog posts, newsletters, all the things that I do on my computer. This is where I sit and I do it. And then when I'm actually on my sewing machine, this is where I watch my movies. I put it on Hulu, Disney Plus, and I'm so watching it as a TV. So it's a multi-purpose, computer. Over here, you guys, is one of my favorites. This is a serenity prayer. I know many of you guys know this prayer because on the days where life is lifing, we got to come over here and we have to be reminded, for God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the different. It goes on and on and on, but you get the gist of it. And then over here, we have this wall right here. This is my uplifting wall as well. If you guys know me, you know I'm going to have uplifting quotes and words everywhere. So this wall right here, I found that pray sign and the be kind sign at Hobby Lobby. And then I found this little cute decor right here on Amazon. And I absolutely love it. And I just feel like this room, when I walk in, this room is just full of inspiration. It's just a reminder to pray, be kind, and never give up. Then I have this mirror over here that I love. Why? Because there are times, you know how we do, I'm doing last minute sewing projects right before we got to head out the door. So I bring my stuff down here. I do my hair, my makeup in this mirror, put on my clothes, and run upstairs and head on out while my family's waiting. And then over here as well, this is my ergonomic chair. I love this chair as well. This chair is so comfortable, you guys. It sits and it feels like it curves into my back. I have this chair that I bought over on Amazon, I believe. Just one of the most comfortable things I've sat in a very long time. And here's Diamond. She's another addition to my sewing room. Everywhere I go, Diamond goes, y'all. When I'm down here till 3 in the morning, she's down here till 3 in the morning with me. Hey, Diamond, you gonna say hi to people? Say hi to people, Mama. Hey, girl. There she is. Yes, I know. Mommy loves you. It's my baby, y'all. Okay, so over here, I have my fabric and pattern system. So when I saw this on Amazon, I saw that it was being used as a shoe box. People use it as a shoe organization system. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? I would like to use this for my patterns and my fabric. So what I do is I get my fabric and the pattern I'm going to use along my notions, and then I fold up my fabric of choice and my pattern and notions. Then I put it in here. So when I'm ready to sew it, I just pull out my fabric and my pattern and such, and then I bring to cutting table and then I bring it up to the sewing table and I sew it up. So this keeps it in sight for me because a lot of times I have plans to sew things and it's out of sight, out of mind. This keeps it in sight and in my mind. So it's less likely that I'll forget. And this is kind of my accountability area too, to keep myself accountable to finishing up the projects that I plan. So over here, you also see my other dress form. This is a dress from my bestie. She actually was like, "Hey, I'm getting rid of some stuff. Do you want this dress form?" I was like, "Yay, thank you." So I'm grateful to her for this dress form. I absolutely love it. This dress form is actually my size. So it's perfect because this is what I actually use to drape and to put my clothes on when I'm sewing it and just to make sure that it fits me well because there are times I don't feel like doing the try on thing. So this is my try on dress form to make sure everything's going to fit me well because it is my exact size. Now we're going to come over here. This is the fabric and pattern zone. This is where I place my fabric. So right here, I have my fabric separated by types of fabric. Here I have my knits. And here I have my wovens, and here I have some wovens and some chiffons as well. And over here, some more wovens. And then down here, I have what I call my fall winter woven fabric. They're the heavier fabrics I use for the, colder months. So that is how I have it separated. Right here is my Oliso iron by Mimi G. Fantastic iron. My favorite feature is I love that the area for the water is so big because irons run out of water so quickly. And this big cup is amazing as well. And it has a long cord on it. So I think Mimi did a great job designing this iron. This is my Cricut maker. I love this because especially during football seasons when I use this the most because I create t-shirts and stuff with my kids' mascots on there. So my husband and I could cheer them on while they're on the field for band and football. Go Bears, go. Go Bears, go. So I do use this not as often as my sewing machine, but I do use this from time to time. Then over here, I have this file cabinet that I use to store my patterns. It was a rusty old file cabinet and I painted it and stuff this years ago. After moving a few times, it got a little bit of scratch on there, but I'm going to just spray paint that again and get it looking brand new. But this is where I keep my patterns separated on my patterns in here, separated by types of patterns. And it's just easy for me to keep everything organized in here because I like it organized. When it's organized, I can find what I need when I need it. This is my favorite plant, you guys. This is my orchid. Now, it's not a real orchid. And because for some reason, when I buy real orchids, I can't seem to keep them alive for long, even though people say that orchids should be able to survive for long without much water, but I kill it. So I figured, let me get a fake orchid because orchids are one of my favorite flowers. And then here's another book that I have in my arsenal, you guys, a draping book. I love to drape. I've done it in a while, but I'm reading up in this book so I can get back into it. I call my kids' memory wall. So these are some of the things my kids created when they were younger. And I just hold them dear because I'm that mom that will hold on to the things that my kids make. So trust me, there's a box somewhere with more things in it, but this is what I'm displaying. This is my favorite because my daughter made this for my birthday. She drew and painted Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's one of my favorite anime characters in high school. Yes, y'all, your girl was in the anime club in high school. Can you believe? I was a little bit of a nerd, but it was okay. But my daughter drew and painted this for me, and she's so talented. I love it, love it, love it. And these are some of the other things we did. Went to a paint party and we created these paintings, and then they made these cross over in VBS when they were younger. So, this is my cute little family wall. I love it. Now we're going to go over here. This is my cutting table, you guys. I love this table. I bought it on Amazon and I bought it because it said the legs extended. What I love is that you can extend this table to sit higher or lower if you want to. And what I did was I set it lower because I like to sit down when I cut. I don't want to stand up on my feet all day cutting out patterns in fabric. So I have it sitting a little low so I can sit down as I cut. And also it's extendable. You lift this up right here And then you can extend it out, cut your patterns, and then to save space or to make your space a little bit more open, you just close it back, and we have a space saving cutting table. So I don't always have it out. I usually cut my patterns that I need, then I fold the table, put it back in, and then neaten everything up because I like when my sewing space is clean. Over here, we have one of my favorite artworks. My husband purchased this for me a few years ago. I just love her. I call her Black Girl Magic because I mean, look at her. Black girl magic, baby. Black girl magic, okay? So this is one of my favorite paintings. I just think she looks so cool and chic and so confident and empowered. And I love an empowered and confident woman. So that's my inspirational thing right there. Oh, and I can't not show you guys this. So my daughter made this when she was about 4 or 5 years old. This is little Mr. Froggy. Hi, Mr. Froggy. This is where I keep my pins. And I told y'all I hold on to stuff my kids made. So I keep my pins in here and I take my pins out and put it into my fabric and then I put it back in there. So that's my little pin holder. All right, you guys, that is it for my sewing space. Hey, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed that tour of my sewing space. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to share this space with you, and I'm so grateful every day that I even have this space to work in. I hope that you enjoyed what I've shown you. If you have any questions or if you have anything you'd like to add, go ahead and comment below. If you like anything you see in my sewing room, go ahead and click the link below to my Amazon store so you can where you'll find everything that I have in my sewing room. And if it's not on my Amazon store, there's other links I will share below from where I purchase other items as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you want to see more videos like this and tips and sewing tutorials and pattern reviews and so on, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to also hit that alert button, that little bell right there, that little ding, ding, ding. Okay. That bell will let you know when I have posted new videos. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Until next time, be blessed. We're blessed in the spirit. We're blessed in the field. We're blessed when we come and when we go. And,